For most of human history, pleasure was private, misunderstood, even taboo. But today, technology is changing that faster than ever. From app-connected intimacy to AI companions, we're entering an era where pleasure isn't just physical, it's digital, personalized, and deeply intertwined with innovation. The question isn't just what technology can do for intimacy, it's what it should do. Because as pleasure becomes smarter, more connected, and more accessible, we're facing new ethical, psychological, and social questions humanity has never had to answer before. So, what does the future of pleasure really look like? Let's explore. Beyond taboo, redefining pleasure. For centuries, conversations around sexuality were shaped by cultural silence and stigma. Innovation struggled in environments where research, funding, and open dialogue were restricted. But over the past 2 decades, a shift has emerged. The rise of sex-positive culture, a perspective that views pleasure as a natural part of well-being rather than something shameful. This shift opened the door for a new category: sex-positive technology. Instead of focusing only on performance or novelty, these technologies aim to improve education, accessibility, emotional well-being, personal autonomy. Early innovations in personal wellness devices helped normalize the idea that technology could support intimate health, much like fitness trackers support physical health. And that normalization sparked an industry built not just around products, but around empowerment, smart intimacy, the rise of connected pleasure. We're now seeing the emergence of what could be called smart intimacy. Connected devices can sync with apps to create personalized experiences based on user preferences, patterns, and feedback. Features like remote connectivity, customizable intensity patterns, haptic feedback, long-distance interaction are redefining how people experience intimacy, especially in long-distance relationships. Some platforms are even experimenting with biometric integration, where devices respond to heart rate or stress levels, creating a feedback loop between body and technology. This isn't just about convenience. It's about creating experiences that adapt in real time to individual needs, and that's a fundamental shift from static products to responsive systems. AI companions and the future of connection. Perhaps the most fascinating and controversial development is the rise of AI companions. Advances in conversational, AI, and emotional modeling mean virtual partners can simulate empathy, memory, and personalized interaction. For some people, these systems provide companionship, emotional support, or a safe space to explore identity. But they also raise profound questions. Can emotional bonds with AI fulfill human social needs? Could they complement relationships or replace them? What happens when attachment forms with something that isn't conscious? Research in human-computer interaction suggests people naturally anthropomorphize responsive systems, forming genuine emotional connections even when they know the entity isn't human. This blurs the boundary between tool and relationship, and it forces us to rethink what connection actually means. Ethical frontiers. Navigating innovation. With innovation comes responsibility. Sex-positive tech operates at the intersection of intimacy and data, one of the most sensitive combinations imaginable. Key ethical concerns include data privacy. Connected devices can collect highly personal information. Protecting that data is essential to prevent misuse or breaches. Consent and control users must fully understand how their data is used, stored, and shared. Security. Any connected device is a potential vulnerability if not properly protected. Psychological impact. There's ongoing debate about whether certain technologies could increase isolation or, conversely, provide support for people who struggle with traditional relationships. This is why ethical design, transparency, user control, and safety-first development is becoming a central conversation in the industry. Innovation without ethics erodes trust, and trust is fundamental when technology enters intimate spaces. What does pleasure mean now? As technology evolves, it's expanding the definition of pleasure beyond purely physical experience. Pleasure is increasingly understood as a combination of emotional connection, mental engagement, physical sensation, personal identity, sex, positive tech has the potential to improve accessibility for people with disabilities, support exploration of identity in safe environments, enhance long-distance relationships, reduce stigma around sexual health. But it also reminds us of something important. Technology can enhance intimacy, but it doesn't replace the human need for connection, vulnerability, and presence. The future of pleasure isn't just about smarter devices. It's about a broader understanding of human experience. The ongoing evolution. We're entering an era where intimacy and technology are becoming deeply intertwined, not in a dystopian sense, but as part of the natural evolution of how humans use tools to enhance well-being. The real challenge isn't whether these technologies will exist. It's how we choose to design, regulate, and integrate them into our lives. Because the future of pleasure will be shaped not only by innovation, but by values. And the choices we make today will define what intimacy looks like tomorrow. If you enjoy exploring the intersection of psychology, technology, and human behavior, make sure you subscribe. This channel dives into the science behind modern life, helping you understand how emerging trends are shaping the way we think, connect, and live. Subscribe now, and I'll see you in the next deep dive into the future of being human.